Hey guys, Target here and welcome to episode number 2 of Design and Manage, a City Skylines and modded Let's Play series. On the last video we have started the modest layout of our city, which is what you are seeing right now on the screen, and today we are going to continue the expansion of the layout and we are going to bring in some new residents to the city. Let's start! Okay, so before I do anything else, I want to make a quick checkup of the city. I can see we have some power shortage here. So yes, it's time for us to raise the budget a little bit. So perhaps let's go all the way to 110% for the time being. Regarding water, we're okay for now, but since we are going to zone in some more houses, I'm going to raise the budget. And education, we need a few more schools, or we can simply raise the budget to increase the capacity of students. Let's see if this is enough. Let's put it on 3 speed for the time being. No, you know what, let's raise it all the way to 100%. This should be enough. Yes, there we go. And speaking about water, a lot of people have asked me why didn't I just use the inland water treatment plant, which I could have put on my industrial district, and I've put the water drain pipe right on the other corner of the city. Well, the reason is very simple and also very logical. I forgot. So despite having already built this, I believe we can switch it and place the inland water treatment plant right now, because the savings that we are going to do by deleting these pipelines and also these power lines will compensate in the short term. So let's just do that. Actually, let me just pause the game and connect it so we don't have any issues in the future. And power should be enough. Alright, and let's delete all these unnecessary power lines and also the pipelines. We have also unlocked parks on the last episode, so I think we can start and put our first park and increase the leisure status of the city. And I want to place, for the time being, a basketball court right next to our high school. And let's see, maybe I want to turn this around and face that road so that I can fit a basketball court over there. Okay, I think we can also do a small pathway to separate the elementary school from the houses. Okay, so these are the pathways that I am considering using. I think for this district of the city, I am going to use the red pathway because it has a big contrast with the existing roads and also with the green of the scenery. So yeah, that's the pathway that I'm gonna use. So let's select it and start making a quick pathway right here. Okay, our first pathway is built. We can also put another pathway to give a shortcut for people who want to walk to these shops so that they don't have to use this road. So let's make one right here. Let me delete the guidelines and place a pathway here. Let me provide more power to the city, otherwise we are going to have a problem. And let's also put another pathway in this intersection. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a quick pathway right along the road. I'm going to enable road guidelines, make a pathway here, delete it here, so we have a small guideline. So now we can just make a complete segment of pathway completely aligned with the middle of the road all the way to our avenue. Now we just have to delete this segment, and there you go. Perfect. Okay, so let's expand the layout. First and foremost, I want to zone some houses over here, and I also want to make a few more roads. So let's go and make another block. and connect it with roads. And perhaps we should zone another residential block. Let's also continue this avenue to the end of the block and start zoning some more shops. And we can zone all the way here. In the meanwhile, I can already decide where I'm going to intersect this artery with another main artery, and that's going to be right here. So I'm leaving a 3-block gap between my arteries and my residential neighborhoods. Someone asked me why I'm doing that, and that's just a design choice. There's nothing really important and logical about that. So this is going to be an avenue in the future, but for now I can just keep it as a dirt road as a small indication, so I don't accidentally extend the layout over here. And it seems that we are having some shortage of water, so let's just expand our pipeline. And let's zone a few more industry, because we have the demand for it. There we go. Also, let's just zone this small block as well. This small basketball court is not enough to provide enough leisure to this part of the city, so I am going to extend it by placing a plaza near our commercial sector, or our commercial lane avenue. And perhaps I should even use this one. No, actually I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna place it right next to our pathway. So here, and perhaps we can also put some small parks. Let's put a Japanese garden right here in a very central location, or maybe let's put it here. Okay, this actually has a nice coverage. And let's put, I don't know, how about a dog park in this little corner as well. Here. Okay, cool. That should be enough to have these buildings upgrade when we have enough education. Our demand is through the roof, so let's keep zoning and increase our commercial stores, and also let's zone some more housing right here. Okay, so while we'll let this part of the city develop, I want to thank you all for showing some support in the first episode of the series, and also for participating in the suggestion of a new name for this city. So I've had a lot of cool suggestions, but the one that really stood out to me was New Tadema. It's a simple name, it's easy to remember, it has a meaning behind it, and more important than that, it's easy to pronounce for a clumsy English speaker such as myself, which is a very strong point. And it's also a realistic name. I could definitely see a real life city with that name. So I decided to pick that name, and we can name the city right now. So let's name it. So New Tadema. From now on, the name of the city is New Tadema. Okay, and going back to the management of the city, we have some shortage of power, so let's put a second coal power plant. And unfortunately I do not have enough room here, which is unfortunate, but I can move this power plant to this side. We just spent a little money with that, but that's okay. Let's place another one here, and since you are consuming about 50 megawatts and this thing produces about 40, let's reduce the budget all the way to 80%. Should be a nice round number. Actually, that was too much, so let's set it at 90 for the time being. Okay, next milestone. Let's see what we have unlocked. So a lot of stuff. I think the most relevant stuff that is unlocked with this update is the transport feature, but since we have such a low population and very little traffic issues, that's not going to be necessary for the time being. So we'll put that idea to the side for now. Okay, it seems that our demand is through the roof, the city is developing quite well, so it's time for us to make a much more significant expansion to our layout, so I'm going to replicate this grid over here to this side of the avenue. Now I know, this is turning into quite a boring grid, but don't worry guys, we have a lot of map to explore and I promise I will do much more interesting road layouts. But for now, since we're starting the city, I am valuing efficiency so that we can have a nice and powerful income and a nice bank account to start building some more interesting stuff in the future. So yeah, let's start and build the layout. I think I will want to preserve this small mountain over here to this side. It's quite an interesting feature and I think I can convert it into a natural park in the future. So yeah, let's start and placing some roads. I think I'm gonna start with the dirt roads. And since we have a road over here, I do not want to make this into a four-way interchange. So I'll place it here. And there we go. And let's just replicate the layout. Okay, so this is quite nice. I had to adapt this segment, this block here, because I needed to have some zoning space here, but I couldn't extend it much further because of this landscape. But yeah, I think I'm quite satisfied with what it turned out. I think these little variations add a lot to the layout. And what the hell is this? Get out of my city. No homeless people here, please. And yeah, let's just keep going. I think I just want to connect this little road so that our garbage trucks have a quicker way of accessing the city. Actually, this is not what I wanted to do. Let's make a curve. I think this is it. And just connect it here. Okay, perfect. And let's delete this. And you know what? I think we can even make a curve in this side. Like this. Okay. Let's put in a few houses to our newly built district, and let's just zone these blocks for the time being. And we also have a lot of demand for commercial, so I think it's time for us to start upgrading our small avenues. Let's upgrade this entire segment, and I think I'm gonna make an additional road to this neighborhood, because at the moment we only have this little segment of road. So perhaps we can use this one and make it, I don't know, let's make a segment here. Okay, right in the middle. And we can also start upgrading these roads, because we are now zoning houses here. There we go. And let's check the industry. Perhaps we should zone a few more buildings, because we have a lot of demand for it. So let's zone buildings in this block and in this block as well. I want to delete this road because it's not doing anything here. So let's place it here. And let's also make some temporary industrial space to accommodate some new industries. Okay, this should be enough. And now that we've built this layout, we lost the demand. Okay, perfect. But we can just keep it for future factories that will come into the city. This is also a good time for us to start building our pathway network. So let's pick up these red pathways, and I want to make a pathway coming all the way over here. So right about here. Okay, and let's connect it to this little road. And I think I want to make a curve here. Yeah, but first let me just connect it to this little corner. Let's take off this and let's make a curve here. Okay, and let's extend the pathway all the way to the avenue. So people living here now have a much quicker way to go from their homes to the commercial avenue. Instead of having to drive all the way to this road and coming all the way here, they can just cross the district using these pathways, and I think people are already using them. Yeah, there we go. This is perfect. Very nice to see. This one is very populated. This is great. And I believe we don't have any others. But we can actually, let's keep expanding. It seems that I cannot make a... this is unfortunate because I have this plaza here, but perhaps we can make a turnaround. If we delete this, make a pathway here, okay, and let's just make a small segment here. Okay, better. Perhaps we can even curve it. Yeah, much better, much better. I just realized I didn't zone these areas over here. That's kind of unfortunate, so we can do that right now. Let's zone these blocks, and perhaps we can put some houses here as well. Okay, and given the fact that we have this thing here, perhaps we can delete this pathway. And let's try out the other plaza. Let's see how well it looks. And let's make the connection here instead. Okay, you know what? I think it looks better. And we can now make this pathway hug the corner. Let's make a nice little curve here. I'm going to destroy that house, but that's fine. You won't mind, I hope. Also, I just noticed that this road goes above the hill and I really don't like that, so I think we can make a small tunnel here and make a cool little feature that goes around this mountain, and then build the natural park around the tunnel. I think that's going to turn out very cool. And what's happening here? Okay, let's just raise the budget of water. Okay, so let's try it out. Let's delete this segment of road. How much will this cost me? We have to use the normal roads, unfortunately. Okay, I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. So let's just upgrade the rest of the road. Okay. And let's extend the pathway and network to this side as well, so that we can give a quicker way for our citizens living here to go to this avenue without having to go from this road. So I want to enable the road guidelines. Actually, I will have to delete a few buildings here, but that's okay. Enable the road guidelines so that we can select the middle of the avenue or the intersection. Okay. Delete this. And now let's see if I find an original way of connecting these two pathway segments. Okay, I think that's good enough. Let's delete this, and yeah, new commercial buildings should grow right about on this spot. It also seems that we have a few deaths on our city, so we can easily address that by placing a cemetery. So I think I want to build my cemetery. I don't know, let's see. Let's put it over here because it has such a nice fit. So let's place it there. And we also have some power shortages, so let's raise the budget once again. Let's make some pathways here. And let's continue the layout. And let's zone a few more commercial blocks. And I also think we're going to need some more. So let's extend the avenue and zone some shops here as well. Let's also replicate what we have done here on this side as well. So let's make a line all the way here, another line all the way there. Let's make a pathway coming all this way, another one coming here, and finally let's connect the two of them with a nice curvy pathway. Perfect. Okay guys, so I've been working on a city. I have just been answering to the changes in demand, and I've been zoning accordingly. I've also done a few changes, so I ended up reworking this entire pathway. I think it looks better this way, by providing a connection from this intersection to this road and also to this part of the neighborhood as well. And I've also ended up zoning a few more industry to satisfy with the current industrial demand. Now what I want to do now is I believe we need another school because the current school is not enough to support all the students that we have right now. So I am going to place another elementary school, and this time I'm gonna put it around here. And I think it's time for us to add yet another park to the area, so that we can increase the leisure in this area as well. And I'm gonna place another basketball court right next to this new elementary school. And once again, I am gonna make some pathways right here. Okay, pretty cool. It seems that we also have some more demand for residential, so I'm gonna finish up the zoning in this part of the neighborhood, and we should also upgrade this road as well. Let's see what's our status to have a high school. So at the moment we have 600 eligible students. You know what, I think I'm gonna hold on to the high school a little bit more, just until we have a bit more eligible students. Perhaps next episode we can place this building here, but for the time being I think I'm gonna keep it as is. Now before I end up this episode, there's something that I want to work on. As you can see, this intersection is starting to get a bit problematic, so I believe it's time for us to finally find a new solution to manage this traffic. And I think I have an idea of what I want to do. I want to make a roundabout, so bear with me. I am going to pause the game. I'm also going to delete this road, and I don't know, let me just make a small guideline. Let's grab the dirt road and let's go one block here and another block there. Connect it here, delete this segment. Let's do the same on this side. Okay. So that will be here. Let's connect the rest of the avenue, and let's also do the same over here. So one here and another one there. So we can now delete these segments, and I think I am gonna grab our highway, the one-way highway ramp, and I'm gonna make a straight connection over here and a straight connection over there as well. Perhaps I want to make the connection a bit bigger, so let's extend the layout a little bit. Let's go all the way here. No, not here. Let's go all the way here and delete these guidelines. Same thing over here. And same thing over here. I'm gonna need to reconnect this avenue, like so, and also zone the commercial that we have destroyed. Now let's just repeat the process. There we go. And now we can start making our roundabout. I think I want to go all the way over here, so with a cost of 140. And 140 here, 140 there, and 140 there. Let's just delete the road guidelines. And now let's connect everything with a one-way road to make a roundabout. And I'm messing up everything. Okay. Now let's see if we can connect this without messing anything. Let's go as far as we can possibly go. I believe this is it. Perfect. And let's do the same on this side. Alright, there we go. Now I think I want to make a bridge so that traffic can bypass the roundabout. Now we simply need to connect this road with an off-ramp so that trucks who want to leave the city can do so like this. So this way the trucks can enter the roundabout and go through this way and leave the city. And this is actually the wrong orientation. There we go. And likewise we need a way for people who want to get into the city from the highway to do so via this connection. They can do so by going onto this roundabout, then hopping over here, and finally getting out of the roundabout over here. Okay, pretty cool. And I think this has made a traffic light. And yeah, there we go. We do not want that because that will cause us some issues. So let me just delete the bridge for now. And this bridge is also a bit messed up. But we can avoid this traffic light by simply making a small segment of road, two-lane road. So we're gonna do a small segment here, and I believe the rest can be avenue. And there you go, no traffic lights, that's what we want. Let me just rebuild the shops that we have destroyed. Okay, let's connect this bridge again. And I want to fix up this bridge. Let me see if I can make this bridge a bit interesting. Okay, we've made quite an angular bridge. Perhaps we can even increase the angle a bit further. Let me see how it looks. So if we do so 1, 2 and go a third one. Okay, that might be even better. Let me try this on this side as well. Yeah, okay, we can work with that. That seems a nice bridge. Okay, so now let's just see if everything has the right orientation. Yeah, all the lanes seem to be pointing at the right sides. So now we just have to resume the simulation and see if this thing works. Okay, so it seems that our trucks are a little bit dumb because instead of using this segment over here, they are coming all the way to the avenue and then turning around to leave the city when they could just use this segment. So what I think I'm gonna do is turn this roundabout into a highway so that they see that this road has a higher speed than this one and they consider this as a shorter path and they start using it. So let's see, let me grab the one lane road. for the 2-lane one-way highway. That's what I want. And let's just connect everything. And now let's see if they start using this segment. Okay guys, I think it's fixed. I don't see any trucks doing a U-turn here, so I believe this is a satisfiable solution. I am also going to take advantage of this opportunity to turn this road into a highway, so that trucks can move into the city and get out of the city much more quickly. Finally, before I end the episode, I see that trucks are slowing down when they get to this turn, and that's because this is a 90-degree angle turn. For the time being, we don't have anything zoned here, so I think we can speed up the process a little bit and reduce the angle between these two roads. So let's make instead a curve. Let me grab my roads and let's go at a 45-degree angle. Let's pause the simulation, let's delete this industry road, and let's just rebuild it with a slight corner, and this way traffic will not slow down when getting into and getting out of the industrial district. Yeah, there we go, perfect, beautiful. Also, because trucks have a way of going from this part of the city to this part by going right around the roundabout, this doesn't need to be a two-way road, so I think I'm just going to convert it into a one-way. So let me grab the correct tool. Where is it? It's this one, and let's just convert it. And there we go. But I think that's gonna be it for today. We have managed to expand the city quite a bit, so I think on the next episode we can start building the nature reserve park next to the cave that I told you about. I believe that's going to be an interesting project. After that, I think it's time for us to start thinking about how we want to develop our coastlines. I know that I want to make something much more interesting than just a simple grid. This city will have a river flowing through it, so I believe it's important for us to think how about we want to design the coastline, because it's going to be a very important feature of the city. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for today. I want to thank you all for watching this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you soon for the next video. Until then, take care and have fun.